The vision for this living room was to create a space that felt personal with furniture that told a story. We made room for memories, budgeted by building our own furniture, and splurged on things that brought us together. There is still one thing I'm not sure about, a small change that will make this room feel entirely different, but we'll get to that later. The most expensive piece of furniture in any living room is typically the couch, but since our dog Bruno basically thinks it's his bed, we didn't go all out. We picked out this pull-out couch from JYSK for about $1,500. It's got hidden storage underneath, which is perfect for extra bedding. We took the risk with the beige color, and it hasn't gotten too dirty so far, but we'll have to wait and see. You can definitely feel a bit of the frame in the pull-out section, but other than that, it's pretty good. Oh, and keep in mind, all pricing in this video is in Canadian dollars, so for my American audience, you get it for cheaper. I've never been a huge fan of coffee tables. I find they always just get in the way. So I built this customized sliding side table for about $20. I didn't end up saving that much more money making this myself, but I do get the benefit of a customized height that perfectly matches the couch. If you're curious in trying yourself, I built one of these out of poplar, which is the cheapest wood you could get. What everyone doesn't like about this is this sort of this green hue. You can see this is poplar and this is maple wood. So I decided to stain it red mahogany. The TV console was my favorite project. Store-bought options can run anywhere between $800 to $4,000, but I built this one for only $200. I made sure it was larger than the TV so it looked balanced, and I wall mounted it to keep the space feeling open. The extra storage has proved really handy. If you haven't done any woodworking before, don't be afraid. It is a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. Don't stress about perfection. This was actually my first piece of furniture that I ever built. I installed this blade backwards. I documented the entire process, so if you want to build something similar, I've got a full tutorial video linked below. Another quick tip on saving money are these tree stumps. A neighbor had just cut them down, so I debarked them, sanded it, and sealed it. You can actually make these yourself with 3 cheap tools, which cost less than buying a single stand yourself. And if you don't have a neighbor cutting down a tree, people often list free cut wood online. I see it all the time where I live, so just check your local listing before you go out and buy anything. For the rug, we got the most simple looking one off Amazon that matched our couch. It does get dirty, but luckily it's machine washable. It's a little on the thinner side, but thick enough for Bruno to enjoy. Behind the couch, we've got 2 used IKEA cabinets for my cousin. They are temporary. I plan to build a wooden storage cabinet that just fits the space a little bit better. Alright, the fun stuff. Take a guess in the comments, how much do you think this whole setup costs? I'll reveal the budget at the end. The star of the room to me is a 75-inch LG QNED TV from Costco. Just under $2,000. It's not OLED, but honestly, unless you're in the showroom comparing side by side, you won't notice the difference. It gets bright enough for most times of the day, but there's definitely some glare when it's sunny outside. It's only unwatchable in the mornings when the sun hits it directly. I'm not a huge audio guy, but the built-in speakers are horrible. So I grabbed this JBL soundbar for about $200. It has the best bass that I could find under that price, and is long enough to look balanced with a TV.
Another way.
It doesn't have Alexa or Google built into it, but I can just Bluetooth to it and double it as a speaker. I also cleaned up the cords as best I could. Cables are hidden behind the soundbar, so when you kind of step back here, you can't see them. And yes, I did cave on the Switch too. Technically, I didn't cave into it. My brother bought it for me as a housewarming gift. But I will count it to the budget. And so far, all I've been playing on it is Mario Kart. I'm slowly chipping away at it and still trying to unlock mirror mode, so if you got any tips, drop them in the comments. Lighting is really where it all comes together. Behind the TV and the console, I've got some basic LED strips that I bought off Amazon that sync to Alexa. I've also added these modern standing lamps by Neewer. It's got the typical RGB patterns and can sync to your music. But what I really like about it is being able to customize different moods on the app for different scenarios, like for watching hockey or movies. Otherwise, I like to keep it at a warm yellow. They're also connected to Alexa, so I'm able to set the entire living room to turn on once the sun sets. Anything in the color temperature range is quite bright, even during the day, but the RGB colors are really only noticeable at night. I also love how they're just the perfect height for this space. This Kuxiu lamp over here, total decoration piece. Looks cool, but since it doesn't connect to Alexa, I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much never turn it on. Just behind the couch, we got 2 custom watches we made from a watch workshop in Vancouver. Since we only wear it on special occasions, we have them displayed in a watch winder box. I've got my retired Mavic Mini 1 drone on display here, and a 3-in-1 charger for guests to use. Since we've been watching a lot of hockey recently, it only felt fitting to make a little hockey shrine. My girlfriend can't get over how cute this little hockey Jellycat is, and this wooden globe puzzle here reminds us of how much we love traveling. Our only fake plant in the house is here as well, and a basket for Bruno's toys. It's simple, but it makes the space feel a bit more personal. So we took a bold design choice and introduced these burnt orange curtains across the entire room. I love the pop of character and the excitement that it brings to the room, especially at night when the curtains are closed. It gives a bit more privacy, but it does make the room feel a bit darker during the day. Should I keep it or bring back the white curtains? To tie the curtains into the space, I picked up this orange 3-in-1 charger from Kuxiu. It's the X40 Turbo stand, and it's honestly one of the highest quality chargers I've used. It's built with aluminum alloy and features this cosmic orange color that pairs quite nicely with my blue iPhone. It charges my AirPods, Apple Watch, and iPhone all at once, and it's Qi 2.2 certified, which means it can charge an iPhone 17 Pro Max up to 50% in just 25 minutes. What I really like about it is that it folds completely flat, which makes it easy and convenient for on-the-go use. You can check it out linked in the description below. On the couch, I got this burnt orange throw from Amazon. It's a little on the thinner side, but for $25, it's a pretty good deal. Bruno's already claimed it as his. It also adds some much needed texture onto the couch, since I'm not a huge fan of cushions. If you were to only do 3 things to make your space feel a little bit more premium without spending a ton, I think first you should get some accent lighting. This makes a huge difference. You should really try and hide your cables. Messy cords really make the space look cluttered. And if you still have some empty space, put some plants in there. So how much did this living room cost? It was about $5,000 total. About 70% of that went into 2 things, the couch and the TV. By building the TV console, side tables, and plant stands myself, I saved roughly $1,500. That let me splurge guilt-free on the larger 75-inch TV. And honestly, the custom pieces are the best part. They make the room feel that much more personal and premium. They're great conversation starters for when people come over as well. Hopefully this gives you some ideas for mixing DIY and smart splurges to get that premium look in your living room. If you want to see that storage cabinet build, hit subscribe, and thanks for hanging out with me in my living room.